Welcome to Dorm Room Discussions. I'm your host, Joshua Gingrich. Today, I'd like to talk to you about speed. The world has an incredible fascination with speed. The biggest action movies feature high-octane, fast-paced set pieces. We get adrenaline rushes whenever we move faster, and sometimes it means that something good is about to happen. This fascination is particularly apparent in the sports world, especially with baseball pitchers. In the past couple of decades, with the advancement of technology, we can track just how fast a pitcher is throwing, and pitchers are throwing harder and harder than ever before. The technology that measures this stat is a radar gun. A radar gun tracks the speed of the ball when it leaves the pitcher's hand, and it is one of the most important and impactful pieces of technology in baseball history. It was first used in baseball roughly in the 1960s and has become more prevalent throughout all levels of the sport within the last 50 years, especially in this century, and it has completely revolutionized pitching. The average speed of a fastball in 2008 was under 92 miles per hour. In 2019, it was 93.6 miles per hour. To me, this suggests that pitchers are being told to throw harder and that throwing hard will get you to the big leagues. Very few ace pitchers nowadays are unable to throw 95. One of my favorite opinions is 100 is the new 95. This means that a few decades ago, teams expected pitchers to throw 90 miles per hour and would be surprised if somebody could clock at 95. Nowadays, teams expect pitchers to throw 95 miles per hour and are surprised if somebody can throw 100. This has led to the ostracization of pitchers who can't throw at least 95, with only a couple of them left in the league. However, just because somebody can throw 95 or 100 miles per hour doesn't mean that they are an elite level pitcher. It takes more than an electric arm to get hitters out. And I'd like to focus on one pitcher who doesn't throw hard but is still highly effective, Zack Greinke. Best known for his social anxiety issues, Greinke has become one of the most underrated pitchers in the sport for the last decade and change. Sometimes he hasn't even been the best pitcher on his team. When he was with the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw was at his peak, and now with the Astros, he's pitched alongside Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander. Greinke does not throw hard, with his average fastball velocity dropping from 93.7 miles per hour in 2010 to under 88 miles per hour so far this season. However, in that time span, he has the fifth highest WAR among pitchers in the league, according to Fangraphs. So how is it that Greinke, one of the softest throwing pitchers in the league, has managed to remain effective and prominent in a league that has been abandoning pitchers with his lack of speed? Firstly, Greinke has a knack of pounding the strike zone. Of pitchers with at least 1,500 innings since 2010, Greinke has the fourth best walks per 9-inning rate in the league. So he doesn't just allow hitters to reach base. He also doesn't give up home runs, which is pivotal for pitchers in a league when home runs are being hit at a historic rate. Since 2010, his home runs per 9-inning rate is the fourth best in the league, and his percentage of hit balls that are ground balls is the seventh highest. He also has an incredible ability to change speeds, which might be surprising from a pitcher who can't even hit 90 miles per hour on the radar gun. While his fastball, slider, and changeup all sit in the high 80s, his curveball averages 70 miles per hour, and he throws an occasional slower curveball that sits around 60 miles per hour. This keeps the hitters guessing and leads to a lot of swings and misses. Lastly, he's also been incredibly durable. Pitchers who throw hard are more likely to get hurt and have hurt their elbow and rotator cuff, and that can affect their effectiveness. As a Mets fan, that was glaringly obvious with Matt Harvey, who had been such an incredible pitcher for his first couple of years, but then went downhill after he had had thoracic outlet syndrome and had to have a rib removed. However, as Greinke's lost speed, he's been out there throwing almost every start. Only 3 other pitchers threw more innings than Greinke from 2010 through 2019, and that has lengthened his career. He's now 36 years old, and he's still one of the best pitchers in the game. So what can young pitchers learn from Greinke? See, these pitchers, they're being told to throw the ball as hard as possible every time on the mound. However, as I said before, throwing hard is not the only thing that makes a pitcher great. They need to learn how to leave the runners on bases and get the big out when needed. They also need to learn to be incredibly durable, as that will possibly get them more contracts and allow them to extend their careers. More pitchers should be trying to emulate Greinke rather than these other pitchers, as he is the picture of a lengthy and effective career, and that's why, in my opinion, he's a future Hall of Famer. This has been Dorm Room Discussions. I'm Joshua Gingrich. Have a nice day.